On this episode, you're finally going to be able to hear Kurt properly from wherever he is.
We got microphones.
Do a kickflip. Oh, look out. You mad dog. Back here on the old girl, mate.
Yep. Geez, that's loud, isn't it?
Probably will be with the new microphones too.
Yeah. We're remaking stuff today.
That's it, more fabrication. The Jap sled has left the building and we're doing what Kurt likes to do best. Redo things. You love redoing things.
And even if I didn't, I'd still got to do it.
Let's have a look. Tell me a story.
Come in here. Come in riding clothes.
Come in, or I'll come around this side.
Yeah, right, yeah. So, this here is a 4-inch dump pipe. I thought I'll make it 4-inch. I don't know if I'm trying to make up for things, but
overcompensate.
Either way, I thought a 4-inch dump pipe would be a good idea. I can get it to fit, and it'll all be hunky-dory. I could get this to fit good with more work, with starting to overlise the pipe and stuff like that, but it really doesn't need it. It's only a GDX 42. It only needs a 3.5-inch dump pipe, and we're not going to be pushing it anyway, so I'm just going to remake a new one in 3.5-inch. It's going to give us a bit more room. I'll be able to have some more room to put some heat shield products and stuff in there to look after the paint a bit better, and just overall, that's all it needs at this part of the build process. I might need a 4-inch later on if I get excited, but probably not really.
Well, we know a bloke that's got a 3.5-inch dump on a similar turbo that necks down to 3-inch, and he makes 720 wheel, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think
I
we
thought
should
while I was making it, I was just like, I'll do it in 4 and I won't have to do it again. But yeah, once you get it on the ground, you start driving it around a little bit.
Yeah.
You can see that it's tight.
You can see that it's rubbed on the tyre up here.
Yeah, I haven't installed it properly. The last time it got put on, I think I've left it out a little bit, which is why it's hit, because that has been flattened through there. It's just tight, so I'm just going to remake it again. You know, I'm lucky I don't have to pay people to do this stuff, because otherwise it costs me a lot more money. So I'm just going to, I've bought a new flange, we'll just remake it again and just give us a bit more room.
And it's going to give you more clearance in between here as well, because I'll put an overlay up, but you can see it's actually started to burn and blister the paint in the engine bay a little bit, which is not ideal. Luckily, once again, you didn't have to pay someone to paint the engine bay. But
yeah, it's not too bad. It hasn't fully blistered, like it started to just lift it a little bit. I'll put some more heat shield stuff on that side, so you won't see that either, but
yeah,
teething problems.
That's right.
It's all good. It is what it is. We're learning as we go.
Yep.
With what you can and can't get away with, so.
Let's downsize.
Yeah.
Give it the wiggle.
Yeah, it's fucked. That's probably why it actually got flexed out now that I'm thinking about it when I was installing it. Like doing this, getting it back in is probably why it wasn't in the spot where it needed to go.
Yeah.
But if I was smart, I would have made it at 3.5 to begin with. I could have used a normal 3. I could have kept a stock fuel tank. Oh.
Let's not do things the smart way. It's not our style. Can we pull that wheel off while I'm here?
Yeah, sure.
Treat yourself.
It'd be rude not to.
Yeah, it's twisted.
Alright, you might need it. Can you catch this like a newborn baby?
What, drop it? In a dark alleyway?
No, not what happened to you when you were a newborn baby. What happened to me?
You're right. Loved and cherished and stuff.
Yes, yeah.
There we go.
Oh man. I'm going to be sighing through this whole video.
And we're going to hear it in total clarity because now you got proper microphone.
No, I wouldn't know.
That's it. So we did read all of your comments and you've been saying it for ages, and we wanted to do it for ages. That you couldn't hear Kurt properly if I was holding the camera, and vice versa. If Kurt was holding the camera, you couldn't hear me properly if we were too far away. So we've invested in some wireless microphones at long last. It's only taken us, what, 2.5 years?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, most people will be saying, you got that one there over on the floor, Kurt. Why don't we just grab a couple of these bits and lay it next to that bit and we'll just make it match?
Well, most people don't know what they're talking about. Nah, we'll just make it again. I'll give myself a bit more clearance off the inside of the engine bay there. Let me actually, look, follow me for a sec. Let me find a 4-inch bend so you can actually see the physical difference. So that's a 4-inch bend. So you can imagine how much more room that takes up.
Yeah, by the time the radius has to be a lot longer.
The centerline radius, it's going to be bigger, obviously. So, although it doesn't seem like much, 1/2 inch, it actually is quite a noticeable difference. Which is initially why I thought I'd do it. I thought I can do it. I'm a fabricator. I can get this to fit, and I got it to fit. And I could get it to work, but I don't need to at this point. Not with the stock 5 litre, and you know we're not going to be making much power. So rather than trying to do a heap of panel beating on what we've got, I'm just going to build a 3.5 inch, nice, quick and easy, ceramic coat it, wrap it, put some heat shields, just fully bomb proof it as far as heat's concerned. And that way, once we finally make it to the dyno, I don't have to worry about burning the car to the ground. So, you know.
Yeah. We know someone that's made 720 wheel through a 3.5 inch dump, which necks down to 3. Yeah. So that shows you a big cross-sectional difference again.
You can push it through, but you know, in saying that, if that had a 4-inch on it,
it'd be free flowing, yeah.
Yeah, it'd spool quicker and it would make more power, you know, because any sort of resistance on the backside of that exhaust wheel is going to like compound on the front side on your back pressure scale. So, but this being a V8 with a T4 log style turbo kit, back pressure is going to be there anyway, which is bad in some ways if you're trying to make a lot of horsepower, but if you just want to build street cars that spool really quick and have like ridiculous torque, you know, just off idle almost, well, that's what you're going to get. You're going to have a higher back pressure, so it's okay. What do we got here? That's probably not enough angle of a dangle now I'm looking at it.
Tell the people about your brainwave.
All right, so I've just had a bit of a thought.
For heat management.
Yeah, so look, follow me again for 2 seconds. I've only just found out about this stuff thanks to my buddy Ben. He told me that these guys make this stuff, so I bought both different types that they do. I've had this stuff for a long while. That's the sort of same stuff they use on I know it from the XR6 turbos and stuff. They make it on the turbo manifold. So I've got that. This stuff here is it's not in the bag obviously, but this is DEI heat shields. This stuff's really good. It's rated to really high temps, so I've got that as well to put on all the hot stuff. I've got some a bolt there that that's where the T is in the brake line, so I could put a longer bolt in there. I've got a thread I can access there. We've got another one there we can do, and here as well. Plus, I've put an extra bolt up the top here for the custom bracket I made for the master cylinder, so I could also remove that and make another tag off of here. So rather than relying on the glue to hold that heat shield on the inside like I was originally going to, I might pick up on those bolts and I'll have a proper mechanical solution that's going to hold it on. I won't have to worry about falling off if you know the heat gets to it in the water and the weather and stuff like that. So at this point I'm thinking I might make a little template, cut this out, put some longer bolts in, get that situated and bolted up, and then I can build a dump pipe around that, you know, rather than trying to come through and maybe not having enough room later on. So that's my thought pattern at the moment. So I might start making a bit of a template and go from there.
You.
I've literally never used this stuff before to make anything, but I think what you're supposed to do is go a bit extra so you can fold it over. From what I gather, it's literally just two super thin bits of aluminium with like a fiberglass type matting, thin fiberglass in between it, like punched together, like a sandwich.
Yep.
So I think we want to try and close those ends off just to have a bit more of a nicer finish and maybe something that's going to last a little while, considering it's directly outside the car. It's copying basically everything.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do anyway. I'm going to give it just a little bit extra.
Give it a little crimp.
Fold it over on itself. Well, I'm going to try. We'll see how we go. With this bit here, I'm going to make another section, and I reckon I'm going to try and rivet it or something through here to cover up that bit, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I can already see this is going to turn into a mess. This is all aboard the laceration station, eh?
Look at these two.
Is there two of them in there?
Yeah, they're chasing each other around above your head.
Don't be making messes in here, you little dogs.
They're like, the weather's coming in, boy. This joint looks sweet. 5 star. Alright. Catch y'all later. Y'all have fun now, you hear? Beautiful. Whoa, put some muscle in it, boy. That looks like it's turned out alright, old mate.
Yeah. That's something we haven't got it on there yet. And it needs to be like a little bit of
Massage.
dollying and stuff like that, but
Have to be better than nothing, though.
yeah. Might get these holes marked, which I should be able to line that up with my template, blast them through, get it sort of pinned on there, and then I can maybe use a bit of wood, like a bit of something to just start dollying it in a little bit, you know?
Yep.
Stretching it here and there. That, mate, magic of TV.
Ooh.
Punch some holes in it. And
Looks wonky. It was nice and
a
flat
little-
before.
Yeah, I just hit it with the smarter end of a hammer. And yeah, I'll put it up again, one more, and then we'll have a look at it.
Using
Yeah, these
fancy ones, boy.
yeah, I'll put something else on there. These are just what I found in there for now. So they'll be all right. Now, I'm kind of reluctantly, think I'm just gonna put a hole through here and just pin it right there.
Drill a hole.
Yeah, even though I spent too many hours welding them up. Where that is on the engine bay, you can't really see it anyway, and plus I can utilise that bolt to do a bit of a heat shield for the manifold side on the inside as well. So it's a classic 2 birds, 1 stone scenario. That's the way I'm telling myself anyway. So
Yeah, doggy.
I think I'll just pin that there, and that will keep all that sort of good. Hopefully it doesn't rattle. If it does, I'll come up with a solution to fix that. But for now, I think that goes like that, and I'll see how I go. I might make another bit here and rivet it to it, sort of another odd shape for this, maybe. But
Well, I mean, the dump pipe goes further down, doesn't it? So it probably doesn't
well, it
need
does, but the heat's coming
Correct,
up off it, so that'll probably cop it there as well. But for now, look, we're just gonna grab the low-hanging fruit, and we're gonna go with that. Yeah, right there. It's not gonna be shouldn't be too offensive, I don't think.
Not as offensive as your hat being in the way of my shop.
No. My hat is on my head. I can't do much about that. What can I do about that?
Is a drill like tongs? You got to give it a couple of test revs just to make sure it works. Like tongs, you know, you got to give them a couple of clicks, make sure they're going.
Sort of like a strap. You got to flick it.
Yeah, I'll say it's not
Pat the
going
load?
anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, if you don't do that, then it's gonna snap.
Ask yourself, have you ever never pressed the trigger until you've actually needed to put the hole through? Ever? Never. So we've obviously just punched a hole through here. So what my thought pattern is we've got a turbo manifold here that's going to get pretty hot. We've got some stainless brake lines pretty close. They'll be all right, but why not try and keep a bit of heat off them if we can. And also my paint's all stuffed up where the dump pipe was too close, so you're going to want to cover it up anyway. Cover up my sins. So I've got 3 bolt positions here that I can share that thread space with. I can make a bit of a heat shield, something that's a little bit neater. I might make it out of some thin aluminium and then either ceramic coat it or use some of the stick-on heat shield. Try and make something that looks kind of nice. And I can cover these brake lines and do it like a pressing, so it'll bolt through these 3 spots here. Bit of heat protection for the brake lines, bit of heat protection for the chassis rail there. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Ooh, not bad. Well, it sits on there.
Yeah,
Fair to say we took somewhat of a detour.
a little bit.
Was going to make a dump pipe, didn't make a dump pipe.
Well, we are going to make a dump pipe. We just did this first. It's not a detour. This is just a destination along the way.
Yeah, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. But it was something that needed to be done. We can, like you say, we can make some other heat shieldy stuff on the other side as well, but at least now you've got that in place, you can build the dump pipe around it.
Yeah.
And that's, having that there is going to be better than not having it there.
Yeah, I think it should do a pretty good job actually for what we're doing here. I'm fairly happy with the solution. It kind of feels like a bit of a slap together, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, this is what it's all about. Like I said, if you've watched all the videos on this one, you'll see when I painted it, I said, look,
It'll get redone.
It's probably going to need to be redone because teething issues like this, we haven't even had it on the dyno yet, and it's already started blistering.
I haven't even
paint,
got it on boost yet.
No, that's right. So
And it's already blistering the paint, so wait until you
yeah,
actually
it's
get some
literally
temp in
just
it.
from like I started up probably every couple of weeks just to keep the E85 running through the injectors, and yeah, got a bit keen. So we'll get this 3.5-inch dump started pretty soon in the next probably day or so. So hopefully we can get the next video out in quick succession, try and get a bit more consistency going there. So
I've given up even saying that, we've said it so many times.
yeah, but we're trying. We're not promising.
No, that's right. No, I've never promised anything.
That's the aim of the game, and it's not even
Yeah.
just for the videos, it's so we can keep ticking along on this.
Holding
so,
ourselves accountable.
Yeah.
That's what the videos are for, is to hold us accountable and make us go, damn, we haven't done a video in a while. That means we haven't done any work for a while.
Yeah, I'm the worst. If there's a job I don't want to do, I just won't do it. And I don't most of the time don't trust anyone else to do it either. So it just sort of, the procrastination gets old, and then I'll just start doing it, you know. So
That's it.
yeah, and especially when you got to admit defeat on something that you've made. So I've got to redo it. And I reckon I will eventually get a 4-inch through there if I ever do need it, but I probably will never need it, man, honestly. I don't think
so. Talkhub.com.au if you want to get yourself some merch, support your boys. Thanks to all you guys who've got orders. We've been shipping them out left, right and centre.
Instantaneously, I might add, as well. Jeff's been kicking butt on that
Hot
regard.
on the reaction time on that.
Chopping the tree down.
Thanks to all you guys who support us. Really do appreciate it. And comment section's been going nuts lately. You guys are really getting behind us, and it really does help us get motivated, gets us G'd up. So thanks heaps, guys.
Absolutely.
Anyway, close it.
Cut its head off, man, and we'll get back to you real soon with another one, doing the dump pipe.
Cheers. God, the simultaneous funny, yeah.